Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 3 in, I believe what is a best of 3 matchup between MadFrog and Tarson. Game 1 and game 2 were absolutely just some of the best Terran versus Zerg I have seen in quite some time. Really interesting gameplay by Tarson, really interesting gameplay by MadFrog. Tarson's quickly becoming one of my favorite Terran players to watch for new strategies and innovative, along with the little one. Back over here, we see MadFrog spawning as the red Zerg player over here on the south side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Tarson spawning over here on the north side of the map. So Tarson versus MadFrog here on... Did I call this... this is Desert Oasis, not Blistering Sands. I'm sorry if I called it Blistering Sands earlier. Don't even remember. But MadFrog continuing to just produce more units. Tarson building a supply depot away from his front door. There is a long walk from the starting location to the front door on this map, so perhaps he was trying to go for a very interesting build. As a refinery now being placed down before a barracks. What we may be seeing is some sort of Banshee harassment. Now, there is already one Overlord now moving out, so the only real way that this Banshee harassment will work if Tarson tries to go for a one base double starport Banshee harassment using very early gas. Over here we do see that the barracks is now being placed down, most likely a tech lab there and then a supply depot there, so we'll have the front door completed, but units will be able to gather up over here very easily. Overlord now moving in, already sees the gas and he has to suspect that something's up as that extractor is currently being built. MadFrog now getting that spawning pool, may try to has to make a couple decisions. Will he go for that metabolic boost early, or try to go for tier 2, try to train up additional queens, or try to even expand at this point in the game, as an expansion would give him a strong economic lead. We should be seeing a factory thrown down in just a moment, as we are now sitting at, what, 200... Oh, the tech lab now being thrown down. Upgrading to an orbital command. So we are not going for a factory. That's a little bit curious as well. Perhaps we'll see a factory a supply depot now being placed down there. Not quite sure why we see the early supply depot. He's not going to be supply locked for quite some time, as the orbital command is still being upgraded and the barracks is still being upgraded. Now we see a later Reaper coming in from Tarson, so this is not any sort of 9 Reaper opening. This was the early refinery was so that he could train the early Reaper and get that the nitro packs even earlier. We should be seeing some sort of I gotta assume that we should see a factory at some point, but Tarson does really like his infantry units. We do see another barracks being thrown down, so it does look like it's just gonna be a very heavy Reaper play against MadFrog. MadFrog now getting some spine crawlers in position, wants to make sure that Reapers are not able to come in. One of the things to note, since the beta, there is now a chasm along this backside, so Reapers cannot jump up and down this location. That's why these two spine crawlers essentially cover the whole entire portion of the map. Very nice. These and the mineral line is much more protected than the original beta. Back over here, another barracks being placed down, and now we see Tarson sitting on a large amount of minerals. Is he throwing down a command center for some sort of expansion attempt, or is he going to continue to build more and more barracks? In comes a command center, as we now have a Reaper with an SCV over here. The Queen does not see anything just quite yet, so this is all going to be a matter of time to figure out what's going to be happening. Tarson does see the spine crawlers, so he does know that there are spine crawlers there, and really unable to really do any sort of pressure, so those Reapers may be ill spent at this time. MadFrog learning his lesson from a previous game, don't want to say which one, don't want to spoil it, now has those spine crawlers acting as a very good defensive mechanism against those Reapers. Spine crawlers able to take down a Reaper in 2 hits, and with that very fast attack rate of 1.8, or a decent attack rate of 1.85, those Reapers really don't have a chance. Back over here, we now see one SCV over here. Marines now moving out. Another Reaper jumping down. And what is the strategy going to be? We are now at throwing down an engineering bay. We are at tier 2, and we do see a Spire now being morphed in. So MadFrog getting that Spire may be able to do a lot of harassment. We do see a Ghost Academy once again being built. So not exactly sure what exactly Tarson wants to do with this. Even though the spine crawler is a biological unit, I do not believe you can snipe a structure, even if it is biological. I'm not even sure of the range of the sniper round, if it is longer than 7, if a ghost can snipe a spine crawler beyond the range of the snipe a spine crawler out of its range. Currently in production, we have 4 Mutalisk metabolic boosts now being trained up. We do have 1 Marine trying to hunt and take down this Overlord. Overlord now trying to fly above that chasm, down to 6 hit points too. There it goes, exploding into the abyss down over here. Now Reapers and being just gathered inside that base. We do have a missile turret being laid here. Perhaps a second missile turret will be laid down as well as 4 Mutalisks come flying across the map. There is 1 missile turret sitting here as well, and we have 1 ghost. So that 1 ghost with that Ghost Academy may be able to get off of some sniper rounds. Missile turret able to get some damage down. But those Mutalisks now able to continue to fire. And now the sniper round able to snipe, almost taking down one of those Mutalisks. 1 Mutalisk down to 9 hit points, and now taking some more damage. So 2 Mutalisks now in the red. Mutalisk now going to be flying over here, and that may be a little bit of a disaster as those Mutalisks fly head on into another missile turret and may get taken down. 1-0, barely outside. Marines now coming over to join in on that fight. And wow, 2 in the green, 2 in the red, barely surviving. Another hatchery. Out comes some Ghost. Ghost able to snipe down two of those Mutalisks. So very nicely done. Ghost and sniping down and picking off those units. I believe that sniper round does have a longer range than the standard range of 6 that normally comes with a Ghost. Now I should be expecting perhaps a barracks with a reactor. We will see that Tarson is going to be very, very heavy on minerals in just a moment. He does need to try to get as much mineral-only units as the Zerglings were able to catch. I believe that was an SCV's drill on the ground over there. Queens now laying down creep tumors, trying to move out quickly across the map. These creep tumors now spreading out much more quickly with the help of each other, and drones now being transferred from the starting location to this expansion over here. Zerglings now making their way back home. Army-wise, both sides sitting at a small army, 900 versus 800. There are Ghost Reapers, and Marauders though. So very interested to see how this is all going to really play out. You can see the production tab, level 1 infantry upgrade, stim pack, more Ghost, another refinery. We do not see Cloak being researched, and so perhaps Cloak will be researched at some point in time. These Ghosts down over here, just absolutely brilliantly used by Tarson, as we are now going into some sort of 5 racks build, and 5 racks build with the factory. We should probably see a starport with the reactor in just a moment as well. We do not have the combat shield yet being researched, as more Marauders now being trained up. Back over here, Zergling activating these Zelnaga watchtowers as these Mutalisks going to try to perhaps do a little bit more pressure. There are, however, too many Ghosts. Those Ghosts with the support of 1 missile turret able to take down, another sniper round, almost taking down a 2 Mutalisks once again with the help of 1 missile turret. SCV now continuing to scout. MadFrog taking up a 3rd base down over here. So MadFrog, I think, is a little bit confused in terms of what he really wants to do in terms of a strategy. Banelings did not work out for him in that first game, but I think Banelings with Neuroparasite is the way to go. The problem is that these Ghosts are able to snipe down an Infestor very easily. It only takes 2 sniper rounds to take down such an expensive unit such as the Infestor. Taking a look at the production tab or the unit tab, I do not see any Infestors at this time, but we are in fact going to tier 3, so perhaps we're going to try to go for Broodlords or Ultralisks. Very, very nice units there. We'll see what's going to be happening. MadFrog is gathering a lot of gas. I do not see any Corruptor production just quite yet, so not quite sure. We are getting personal cloaking once again, and concussive shells are being researched along with the combat shields and the level 1 infantry armor upgrades. No armory for the level 2 upgrades, so I'm still really, really curious as to how this will all work out. Where is that starport? Starport should probably be built underneath here in just a moment, as the reactor is already in play, and 1 supply depot up here. And now army-wise, we see 2350 versus 1675. Production-wise, I do not see anything really revealing what MadFrog wants to do. He is at tier 3, and he is now currently getting the level 1 Carapace and the level 1 Claw upgrade. That does indicate that he could be going for some sort of Broodlord production, as those Broodlings also get the weapons upgrade, or it could be Ultralisks. Still looking for some sort of Ultralisk Cavern. Do not see anything on the map revealing his tech just quite yet. So both players now just massing up a very, very large army. Reapers sitting over here. Reapers a great counter towards those Zerglings. Zerglings getting torn apart by those Reapers. Reapers, however, have that level 1 armor upgrade to try to counteract the level 1 weapon upgrade that the Reapers have. I believe the Reapers only gain additional damage against light units. They do not gain any additional damage onto the heavy units, or just any improvement towards their base damage. Or I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that and take a look at an unupgraded Reaper. I don't remember anymore. Reapers now gathering over here, still waiting for that starport. Yeah, starport now double training medevacs. A lot of these lower hit point units will be healed up. Reapers are expensive. A lot of Zerglings now gathering over here. So we got to see some Baneling production. Yeah, centrifugal hooks now being researched. And unless MadFrog gets a lot of creep tumors out, those centrifugal hooks and the movement upgrade. Oh, need to jump up onto that high cliff. Will it be able to do any support? And now those Mutalisks being forced to pull back. Reapers continuing to try to chase. And now that really just early engagement. Ghost now moving out. I do not see any arming of the no arming of the nuclear silo just quite yet, as these Reapers will be able to finish off this hatchery very easily. Those Reapers with those D8 charges dealing 33 damage per attack, and now Ghost running head on into this field and can probably take. I wonder if you can snipe a larva in one shot. That'd be pretty interesting. We do have Zerglings sitting over here, and with Zerglings sitting over there, all I can imagine is, yes, morphing into Banelings, and then once it's morphed into a Baneling, rolling in and trying to stop the income of Tarson. That is a very bad sign over here, as there is enough Banelings to almost wipe out this whole entire army, or this whole entire SCV, currently sitting on, what, almost 4.5 control rows, and now Banelings moving in. No centrifugal hooks, gonna walk in the old-fashioned way and just simply detonate in the middle and taking down taking down 24 SCVs there. And now Tarson seriously hurt, down to 28 SCVs compared to MadFrog's 42. So brilliantly done, walking in the old-fashioned way. Reapers now moving out. Will they be able to take down this Marauder? Mutalisks now coming in as well, trying to return the damage. No Overseers, and these Ghosts will just be able to just snipe down and take down a lot of those units, sniping down some of those Banelings before they're able to explode, and that was absolutely huge. Sniping those Banelings and now going after those Mutalisks. More Banelings coming in. Reapers getting destroyed, however, as those Ghosts continue to just push around, but the expansion has been taken down. And now a nuclear launch detected coming in from Tarson. So Tarson now dropping in a nuke. Not quite sure why into that position. It looks like the Ghost that was trying to call down the nuke was taken down, but MadFrog says GG. Wow, what a great game between these two players. An awesome best of 3 match. If you haven't seen each of them, I highly recommend all of them. In this game, MadFrog going for an early refinery and able to get those early Reapers. No, sorry, Tarson able to get those early Reapers. MadFrog, suspecting the early Reapers, had already gotten 2 early Spine Crawlers. Those Spine Crawlers minimizing the amount of damage that Tarson could do. Tarson responded by getting the Ghost Academy and just macroing up. As MadFrog was sitting defensive in his base, I guess the Zerg player cannot turtle. MadFrog was then unable to control this expansion over here, as those Reapers with those D8 charges were able to deal so much damage, and these Ghosts with that upgraded attack dealing 22 damage per attack against those Mutalisks just falling apart. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between MadFrog and Tarson here on Desert Oasis.